Now it is time for the chamber, and this morning we are looking at the issue of the law and maternity leave. Now, pregnancy and work come with their own challenges. Both the pregnant woman and her employer raise very genuine concerns during this period. What exactly does the law say about maternity leave? Godfrey Tanam has this report.
Childbirth is a noble contribution to sustaining human life on earth. For centuries, humans have survived because of the special ability to continuously reproduce. But this activity during employment is often a challenge to employees and employers as well.
It is necessary for an expectant mother to go on maternity leave because she has to recover. She's giving birth. So she needs to recover herself, one, and then number two, she has to breastfeed her baby for the child to build immunity and to have good health.
This led to the passage of the Maternity Protection Conventions by the International Labour Organization. Under the labor law in Ghana, pregnant workers are entitled to at least 12 weeks absent from work as maternity leave, which include annual leave. The new ILO Convention 183 on maternity protection provides for 14 weeks maternity leave. Ghana, unfortunately, has not ratified the convention. Aside the maternity leave, a pregnant worker is also entitled to an annual leave. A nursing mother shall also be granted at least 1 hour of working hours to feed her baby.
It's really difficult, I have to admit, because this time by 4:30 I'm up in the morning. I already have one girl before the second one I just had. So by 4:30 I'm up getting the two of them ready. And because I don't have anybody at home to actually take care of the 3-month-old baby, I've taken her to school.
When a woman goes on maternity leave, it doesn't mean that
Right. Many thanks to Godfrey Tanam for that report. This morning on the chamber, we are looking at the issue of the law and maternity leave. And of course, we all know about the annual leave, which everybody is very conversant with. But there are other forms of leave, and maternity leave is one of them. This morning, my guest in the studio is Osei Bonsu Dixon. He's a senior corporate lawyer, and he'll shed some more light on maternity leave. Good morning, sir.
Oh, good morning,
How
Sandra.
are you doing?
I'm fine.
It's good to have you here.
Wonderful seeing you here.
Okay.
And good morning to your viewers.
Right. Now, who is eligible for maternity leave?
Well, the law specifies that a pregnant mother or an expectant mother who has been certified by a practice physician as being expectant could put in an application for wherever she is, to her workplace, and then be able to seek that leave. Yes.
Right, so you have to have something to show that you're pregnant. It's not enough to just walk into your employer's office and say I'm pregnant, or to even show that your belly is big.
Not at all, not at all. You do need a certificate. And apart from that, the physician is supposed to specify the period of your confinement,
right,
and also maybe probably your delivery, so that you can be able to plan that period.
Okay. When does the maternity leave start? Is it the minute you find out you're pregnant, or there's a specific time, maybe 2 or 3 months down the line, or exactly when can you put in an application for maternity leave?
Normally, all these things are helped to decide with the assistance of the doctors. They are the guys who are looking after you. So they can specify. Your footage, a lot of people were talking about the difficulties that pregnancy imposes upon them. So they need a doctor to be able to tell them that you are going to give birth around this time, your confinement will be around this time. So this is an appropriate period to do so. That's from a medical perspective.
Okay. How? What is the duration of maternity leave? How long can you be absent from work or from your office for?
That's a very good question. If you look at the nature of our law, it's a minimum of 12 months. Emphasis on the minimum.
12 months?
Sorry, 12 weeks, 12 weeks. It can't be 12 months. 12 weeks. A minimum of 12 weeks, which adds up to about 90 days.
for
That
about
is a
3
minimum.
months.
3 months, yes, period.
That's the minimum, so it can be extended.
It depends on the organization. I mean, some organizations even do consider, what they call it, periods in excess of that. But then I should add that that is the minimum that the law provides. If there are complications embedded within the process, I mean, complications like, or maybe even the addition of 1 or 2 children, other than one to be expected.
What do you mean addition of one?
Or maybe you have multiple
you find out that you're carrying twins or triplets.
Exactly. You find out, I mean, that is a situation. Then that would, to your benefit. And you will be eligible for a minimum of 2 weeks or more.
Right. How soon after delivery do you have to report back to work?
Normally, that should be after the period of the maternity leave, the duration, after that of the computation of working period for you, because it's still a protected period.
Right.
Yes.
What about overtime? Can your boss kind of make you do overtime when you are pregnant, or you just delivered your baby? Is that right? Is that permissible?
Well, the law does not permit it. I mean, and there are 2 things I have to say about that one. One is that you should bear in mind that doing overtime imposes not only physical strain on the mother, it also imposes additional strain on the child. So the law is very emphatic about it, unless with her consent.
Okay. What about tedious or maybe hard work during pregnancy? Is that allowed?
Well, I mean, if you glean from what I just said, I mean, then you would realize that you would have to. It's a period of accommodation. I mean, the employer must understand that the period implicates some level of accommodation. Now, let me add one thing, though. Where the mother has a child who is below 8 months, then the issue of even talking about extra work or overtime, as you call it, is not going to even be,
it should even come up.
It can't even come up, yes.
What about the right to return to your position after delivery?
It's also protected. That's the good news for you. It's protected. So you can actually be absorbed back into the same position, or you can be put into an equivalent position. There should be no diminution in terms of remuneration. If you do that, I think it will border on employment discrimination.
Okay. So just finally to wrap up, maternity leave is a right, not a privilege.
There's no
Your
privilege.
boss is not doing you a favor by granting you maternity leave.
They are not granting you any privilege. I mean, it is a right, a vested right, guaranteed to the women, the pregnant women of Ghana.
You cannot be sacked for asking for maternity leave. You have the right to ask for an extension if your condition necessitates it, and you're also entitled to full pay during the duration that you're on maternity.
Absolutely, you are correct. You'll be a good lawyer.
Thank you very much. Mr. Osei Dixon is a senior corporate lawyer, and he joined me this morning in the chamber to talk about maternity leave.